Hi, good morning. One of the main things when setting a goal and going after it is that you need to have accountability. And that's what we're going to be speaking about today. It's not the most proud thing in the world to do. It's very humbling to have an accountability group pulling up your socks, but it's absolutely necessary if you want to accomplish a goal, especially in 2025. My name is Lisa Dublin. I'm a health and life coach. I help women to live, to speak, and to lead with confidence because confidence just makes the difference. And if you are here this morning, wherever you are on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and also on Instagram, welcome. Welcome to all of you. And let's get right into it. So, the last couple weeks, I have been helping my audience and everybody here to go through that process of goal setting. We began with desire, that sense of I really want this. Like you have to have red hot desire to go after what you want. By the way, please subscribe to my channel, Basement Chronicles, on YouTube. That way, all of the programs that I do that are not always on all the channels, they are all on YouTube and you can get them there. So subscribe to Basement Chronicles. Welcome especially to the Watch Radio family, of which I'm a part right now. Hey, Rebecca, I see you on Instagram. Welcome as well, my friend. And so we began with desire. And you have to undergird, you have to kind of bind that desire with a motivation that's deep enough. And I always give the example of when I put out my exercise videos, I inevitably get a text or an email from especially my close friends. Somebody's like, I want to start, how do I begin? And then I have to go through the process of why do you want to do it? We all know we're supposed to be exercising, but we don't all do it because maybe you might be healthy, you might not be overweight, and in your opinion there is no reason for you to get up and to work out and to move your body. But the fact is, and I put it out in an email this week, that those who don't find time for exercise will have to find time for illness. You don't want that to be you, do you? So you've got to find a motivation. I don't want to be sick. And I used to say when I turned 40 many moons ago, I used to say, I'm 40 now. I don't have a choice. I've got to work out. And that kept me until it became a habit. So your motivation is a lot of things. So desire, I want this. Motivation, why do I want it? And then we went into a couple other things. Today, we are going to look at accountability as one of the steps towards going after a goal. Now, I skipped a couple steps, right? To tell you the truth, there is setting the milestones and that kind of thing. I'll deal with that tomorrow. I really wanted to speak about accountability because it's really on my heart. And I'm kind of going through a new kind of accountability. And I want to talk about it because I don't think I had considered it before. For the most part, I am self-motivated, quite driven, don't really need too much encouragement to do something, or I will work with a coach, get what I have to do, and just absolutely run away and do it. Okay. But not everybody's like that. And frankly, I do believe that it depends on what the goal is. Some goals for sure I need all the motivation that I can get, but most of them I'm quite okay. Now, before we go in and I share my slides with you, I just shared the link to sign up for New Year, New Goals. And let me go put it on the screen. On Sunday, it's already Sunday, you guys. Sunday, the 24th of November, I will be holding my annual virtual strategic goal setting workshop. You guys, it's going to be fire. You better sign up, okay? You better sign up so that you can find the extra information that you need to accomplish your goals in 2025. So I took a lot of the information from a course that I run called Get That Goal to be able to teach you how to choose the best goal. And it's not that in your goals in 2024, it's not that you were lazy or you were just willful in not going after those goals. Can I tell you what it probably was? It probably was you didn't have the right information. When you have information, when you've got a system in place, you won't believe how much easier it is to accomplish a goal. It's not just because somebody seems super motivated and hardworking. most times what is added to that is that the person has discovered a system, a strategy, and a system that works for them. So, can I tell you this morning, wherever you're watching me, hi, LinkedIn, however, wherever you're watching me from, it probably is that with new information and with a strategy and a system in place that I'm going to teach you on Sunday, it's just 2 hours. Come spend 2 hours with me. And then you'll see how it is to work with me. And then you probably want to work with me as a coach, because that's what I do. I get you from good to great, you know? So if come to that workshop and I'll teach you those steps. You probably just need better information to go after your goals in 2025. I'm telling you, it's not about you not knowing what to do, not being self-motivated. No, everybody's busy. Everybody has 24 hours in the day. Some people accomplish more, not just because they are more driven, but because there's a system in place. So come and learn. So I put the link in the chat. Please go sign up. There's still time. I'm going to close it off on Friday so that, I can start to really get people excited about that workshop. It's free. And I've been doing this workshop since 2020. Every year it keeps on getting better. And I've added to it, especially from the experiences of my students and people I work with, kind of tweak things to make this workshop even more valuable. So I hope to see you on Sunday. Thank you. All right. So let's get into accountability. And I'll tell you the updated information that I have gotten about accountability. And it's been mind blowing to say the least. Okay. So in my course and in the program that I run on goal setting, this is step 6. As I said, I'm jumping a bit ahead today because that's what I really feel like sharing. Okay. So let's go. So you can probably see step 6, find an accountability partner. So I want to talk about the benefits of having an accountability group, whatever the goal might be. Get into, so for example, especially if you are in a paid program, you would have some built-in accountability with the other people in the group if it's a group program that you signed up for. On the other hand, if you have a personal goal, and let's say it's exercise, I always go to the exercise one because it's the one that people need the most help with. And secondly, it's one of the easiest ones to kind of get going. So there might be other people in your circle who are going after that same goal. You want to be able to find them. And here are the benefits of having an accountability group or partner. Let's see. Let me just go to it keeps you motivated and consistent, provides encouragement, is a sounding board for any problems you can encounter in your most important goal journey. And I think it helps push you further, because here's what happens. And you can't afford to go into an accountability group and be jealous or envious. No, you want to be with people who are going to push you. You want to be around people who are going to help you to get better. That is the whole point. That's the whole point of being in an accountability group. All right. So keeps you motivated and consistent, because many times you have people who are like 9 on 10 in the consistency scale, and you might be at a 5. So you're learning from these people how to keep going, and you're almost feeding off of their energy to add to yours. Now, too, because the accountability group, that all of you are doing the same thing, you can bring your problems and they can be solved there, because everybody's going through and everybody's perhaps has an idea of how to solve the obstacles that would no doubt get in the way. An accountability group helps push you further, because one of the things that you do is that you have to report on what you've done. By hearing what somebody else has done, then you're able to kind of tweak your own efforts. You're able to get ideas if that person is open to sharing. That's also very important. Okay, so that was it on the benefits. Do you agree? Now, you don't need to have a group. You can also have just one person who's committed like you, and perhaps the two of you agree to go walking 3 times a week, 30 minutes or 1 hour. So you don't need an entire group to do that. You can just choose one person as well. So don't forget that even as we speak. How do you choose an accountability group, you guys? Okay, let's go. Find people who are pursuing similar goals. Your accountability group should be small enough for you to get to know people. Don't you think so? Small enough to get to know everybody. I know where you're at. I know what's happening with you. I know what you're about. You don't want it too large, like 20 people, and you get lost in translation. Okay? Your accountability group members should be mutually interested in each other's projects. So recently, I'm in a couple accountability groups, and I've found that you need to guard against people just wanting your ideas. You know that? Or people seeming interested in you just because they want to get to your wisdom and to get to your way of doing things and to ask you questions. They're really not interested about anything you're doing. It's it's just like, okay, I kind of have to ask you a random question or two so that you can then give me the information that I need for my business. You need to guard against that. It should be mutual, and you should be mutually interested in each other's projects for sure. Okay. Here's something else. Let's go. You need to be each other's cheerleaders. The group members also need to hold each other to their goals. So cheer somebody on, kick their butt when they're not doing what they're supposed to. Like, get on it. You said you were going to do it. That is the height, I think, of care in an accountability group. Also, an accountability group or partner, you guys meet or touch base regularly. Sometimes I have an accountability partner. Sometimes I don't even want to meet. You know why? Because I haven't done what I'm supposed to do. I'm like, oh my God, here I go being reminded of where I should be in the process. Does that ever happen to you? Comment in the chat. I'd love to put up your comments even as I speak. Let's see if there are any comments yet. No. Okay, but I hope this is providing value for you as well. All right, you guys. So something also happened with my Facebook. I think it got shut down again. Like I'm done. I am done. Okay, I'm just simply done with. So I'm on Facebook, but on Watch Radio. I'm just not even going to try to get my account back. Just something happened, and I'm not even sure what. I'm not going through that process again. So I'm like, you know what? Let's see how things go. Okay, let's see how things go. All right, let's move on. So you meet or touch base regularly. All right, so we're going to stop here. So that's it for, let me just stop here and talk a little bit about that. So just to recap about how to choose that accountability group. Do you see all of the points here? Let's go to the next one. Find people who are pursuing similar goals. Keep it small. Make sure everybody in the group is accountable and, mutually interested in what each other has to say. Also, you want to make sure that you're having cheerleaders. You don't just want somebody who's just putting on the pressure and not admitting or acknowledging the efforts of each person. That's important. Okay. And then we have number 5, which is group members hold each other to their goals. And lastly, you have to meet or touch regularly. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? That it makes things easier when you have an accountability partner. It makes life easier. You cannot do life on your own. And I think that's one of the biggest lessons that I've learned regularly, that corporate many times is better. That, how there's this proverb that says that if you want to go fast, go alone. Something about, I forgot exactly what it was, but it really is that there is strength in numbers. That's the whole point of that proverb about going alone or going in a group, something like that. If you guys remember it, please let me know. Put it in the comments. If you want to go fast, go alone, and if you want to go something else, go with a group or go with somebody else. If you remember what the proverb is, please put it in the chat. So here's the other thing that I want to talk about where accountability partners are concerned. And don't forget, if you're joining me, a couple things, okay? I am that coach who is going to help you get from good to great. Do you have a big goal? Do you have something that you're heading to? Recently, and this is just a little side note because I'm super proud this morning. I have been for a day or two. One of my clients who I coach one-on-one, she just got another award, and it's because this person is definitely operating in her gift. And when you find your gift, when you know what it is, and you get to hone it with a coach, and we work at it, and you step out, you do the work. You do the work, you get the results back. And I am that kind of coach who is going to help you get results. I don't believe in, well, you come and you, no. For the most part, you are supposed to get results. That's why you hire a coach. And so, my question to you is, what is your goal for the next year? Where are you going? And can I help you get there? Because for sure, I can help you move from good to great. So go sign up. I do have, you can just DM me if you're hearing this and you're like, I need to get to this place or this state of mind or to accomplish this goal in 2025. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. Let me at least have a conversation with Lisa. Let us talk and let's see if I can help you. And then we start to work together, because that nurturing, that attention on your goal, it does something to get you going, especially when we add to that strategy. How are you going to get there? What are you committing to? What's the system that I'm going to help you put in place? And how am I going to help you be accountable and hold you accountable so you get to the end goal? Let's go. So I was talking about accountability and the upgraded information. It's when it's hard. It's, account going the distance with a partner or a group, it entails humility, because you're not always going to be doing what you're supposed to. And you have to be open to letting your accountability partner or group know exactly where things stand and be open to the encouragement that no doubt is going to come from, hey, you said you were going to do this. I'm sure you can. You better get to work. Here's what I've discovered happening. And you tell me if this is your experience as well. When you get with an accountability partner or an accountability group, there's a lot of energy in the room. Oh my goodness, this is the goal for the next week. These are the obstacles. So how am I going to deal with the obstacles? All right, this is what I'm going to do. Then what are your options? You agree to exactly what your options will be, and you commit to it on the energy of the group, on everybody committing to something, on that energy and the confidence. Oh my goodness, it is electrifying, and it perhaps makes things look easier than they really are. When you get off the call or the Zoom or the phone call, whatever it is, there is this sense of, okay, I'm done with this. Okay, I'm done with that call. It just goes out the window if you were not very serious about accountability and about going after that goal. I want you to check for that and guard against that. Recently, I have had to deal with that in myself, and I think it's the heightened sense of energy when you get with your accountability partner. Oh my gosh, everything seems possible. You see life through rose-colored lenses, don't you? Does that ever happen to you? Somebody tell me. And I hope you're hearing me this morning. In fact, let me come off this and let me make sure that I am here and people can hear me. Okay. Yeah, okay, good. There is volume there, right? And that happens. That happens a lot. Does that ever happen to you? Get on like, okay, I'm committing to waking up at midnight to pray. I'm committing to doing my devotions and then going to do my exercise 3 times a week. Bruh, as soon as you get off the call, it's as if reality just hits you. I believe it is at that point where you need to call back your accountability partner and be like, hey, or go back over what you committed to. One of the signs, it does happen to you, Rebecca, exactly. One of the signs is if after the call, you don't want to engage with the accountability partner for a while. That tells you that you, dear listener, like me, you might be heading for out of sight, out of mind. How do you guard against that? Number one, recognize that your accountability partner is there to push you. Submit to the process. So have the mindset of, even if I don't exactly want to do it, I'm going to submit to the process. What does that look like, Lisa? Show up for the accountability calls. The number of times I have shown up not ready, um, almost irritated to be there. Oh my God, this is terrible. But it's true. But that's how you get ahead, pushing through the very hard times to get to the other side with the help that you need, even if every part of you is saying at the moment that you don't need it. So you need to respect the process, respect the person who perhaps is at high energy and is going to help you to get back the focus and to get back in the process of achieving and doing things. So submit to the process. Hey, Sienna, how are you? Good morning to you. Submit to the process. So you get that accountability partner, you show up. And if you feel like, okay, out of sight, out of mind, okay, I just did the call and I'm done, take some time to go back over what you committed to do and get into action right away. If you don't do that and you already are feeling like this is a nuisance, I'm telling you, the next time you're going to look at that goal will be the next time you have to meet with the accountability partner. And you have to know that this is how work gets done. You submit to the process. And for me, I think, just being a loner a lot of the time, I had to come to that realization. If I decide to be in an accountability group, I have to go all the way. I've got to let people in. I've got to let them speak into my life, speak to my goals, give observations about what they're noticing, and I cannot afford to discount or just disregard what they say. It's important. That's what I signed up for. It's not only my opinion that's important. I need to listen to and take heed of the advice that I get from other people because it's going to help me. Submit to the process of accountability. Submit to it, especially if you have like you don't have any intention of doing it, and they're pushing you. Let yourself be pushed. There are some people, has that ever happened to you? You're speaking to somebody but your mind is already made up. You are speaking from the end towards the end. Your mind is already made up. I'm not doing this. I don't really care. I know exactly how I want it to play out. And this is how it's going to play out. And no matter what they say, they push, you are operating from that paradigm that you've already set in place. So what's the point of an accountability partner then? What's the point of an accountability group? I say, let yourself be open to the process of doing things that will push you even when you don't want to. That's how you use an accountability partner. I hope this helps a lot. Okay, so are we going to discuss this and many more of the steps towards going after your goal on Sunday? Come spend some time with me. It's a lot of fun, a lot of learning. My webinars and my seminars, they are high energy, but they're also thought-provoking. Hardly anybody leaves without new information, or not just with inspiration. That goes without saying. I'm chief inspirer. But to leave with a strategy, I think, is the higher level of doing this work. To not just come and give you an espresso shot, but to show you how to make the espresso, to turn it on when you need it, and to say after that adrenaline rush has passed, this is how you plod along. This is how you get to work to get to your goal. Okay, everybody? So I hope to see you on Sunday, the 24th of November. I'm going to be putting out more ads and so on today, tomorrow, whatever. Registration closes on Friday for this free annual goal setting workshop. Now, you mightn't think that, why am I doing this? This is November of 2024. I need to just relax. But if you don't make plans now, you cannot begin to think of your goals on the 1st of January 2025. The likelihood that you're going to accomplish the goal that you begin to think about on the 1st of the new year the likelihood of you accomplishing that goal is going to be lower than if you start to seed the goal now. That's what they call it in marketing. You seed it now by thinking about it, by taking a workshop like what I'm offering, to begin to think about it. And your thoughts are going to create that reality and start to put things in place mentally for you to go after that goal in 2025. That's why I run it either in early November or late November. Every year. I think the first year we probably did it in December, but I find like November is an opportune time to get people thinking about what the future is going to hold. Okay. So the last thing I want to talk about is coaching, because I'm accepting new clients and I'm very excited for what I want to be doing. And I'm like, you know what? More people need to be coached. More people need to experience this wonderful service called coaching. I hope you do it with me. My program is called How to Get Unstuck, Total Transformation Coaching. And what I'm doing, I was like, for 2025, I want as many people as possible to get into coaching, as many people as possible to experience the transformation that a lot of my clients have gotten, that I myself have gotten from business and life coaching myself. As in, I am also a student, a client in other people's programs, because it has helped me to level up to levels that I could not do on my own. I heard somebody say something recently, and that person said that you can only go as far as your own limit allows. At some point, you're going to come to the limit of yourself, and then it will be like, how do I get further? At that point, you need to look across and you need to look up and you need to say, hey, there's a life coach here who's ecstatic about coaching and whose philosophy is, if you're going to come into my coaching, you are going to get results. And so I have put 20 spots aside for people who want coaching. And this price is going to be lower, and it's still going to be the same quality. It's still going to be the same program. It's just going to be a couple months less. But I'm going back to that original, like I've created that container of those 20 people. When that cuts off, that's it, right? And so if you want coaching and you're like, okay, I think this is perhaps beyond me. No, it isn't. Just book a call with me, DM me right now and see what's possible. Because the way you are going to get from good to great, the way you're going to leave where you are and get further, the way you're going to accomplish that impossible goal is to get with somebody who's in the know, who has system, strategy, accountability, and to do it in an atmosphere that's warm, non-judgmental, thought-provoking, have the best conversations, follows up with you. Like, get into it. Whatever the goal is, the reason you have not accomplished it is perhaps you're trying to do it on your own. I know about that. Oh my goodness. Now, life coaching is not personal training. It's not like coaching in the gym, whatever. But there are so many analogies. The number of times I tried to lose weight and to get in shape on my own, followed systems. But you need somebody who's looking at you. I have been most successful with the clients I coach one-on-one because I'm looking at them. The reason my clients, for example, I just had a client who won, as I told you, yet another award. That is because she and I meet together and the coaching is tailored to who she is. Who are you? When you enter a group program or you just take something you buy off the internet, they don't know your isms. You come together at certain coordinates that a coach who's working with you can literally see and be like, okay, we are going to adjust the How to Get Unstuck program to do this. So let me give you an example. I had a client who we were working on her business, on whatever, doing, all the things. And then I realized this person just didn't want to be open for business. In her head, she was tentative about stepping out. So everything that we were doing, the logo, the helping her with the branding, how to get this, whatever, we were doing it within a closed door. And I got that sense from asking her questions, coaching her week after week. After a couple of weeks, I realized, wait a minute, we need to open these doors for business. And What's happening is my client is open for business now. My client believes in her product. My client believes in herself to deliver the product, and she believes that she's going to get the best clients. And this is how she opened for business. Like we mentally flung those doors open, hung up the neon light that said open. And then on top of that, we laid everything. You can't get that from just buying a business program. I'm sorry. Somebody has to be seeing you and to see why or not you're getting results and then to adjust. And that's what I want to offer. So I'm coaching, I have 20 spots. And those people are going to get the best coaching ever. If that is you, if you've got a goal, or if you're just thinking now, at least let me have a conversation with Lisa. If even you have had a conversation with me before, come back. Let's talk, because I am so ecstatic about what coaching can do for people that I'm like, 20 people at this price point is going to expose so many people to more of themselves and take that message out, and perhaps even themselves become coaches, but accomplish their goals and be better in the world. So I hope to see you. DM me, your friend, your past client, you whatever. You just hearing me for the first time, tag somebody who you know is going through stuff. Maybe at work, maybe in relationships, tag them and say, hey, Lisa Dublin is having a special. You want to get in before the end of the year, even if we're going to start in January. So that's what it is. So I'm going to put out the stuff, whatever, but I'm letting you know first of all. All right, everybody. Hope to see you too in my New Year, New Goals workshop on Sunday, 1 to 3 p.m. MST. 3 to 5 p.m. EST. Have a wonderful day, everybody. And we continue speaking about goal setting tomorrow, same time. Watch Radio, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. Take care. Bye.